in your first screening interview that you have, it's almost guaranteed that the employer is going to say something about salary. Either the salary for this job is between $30,000 and $40,000. Are you okay with that? That's great, because if you're prepared, you don't have to say an answer. You have to say yes if it's what you want. But a lot of times they'll say, what are you looking for in a salary? Right in that first interview. And if you're not prepared, I can't tell you how many emails I've gotten from job seekers that said, oh, I said 30,000 in the screening interview, and then I went online and did research, and I found out that they pay 40,000 and above for this job. What am I going to do? And I said, well, you have a big hill to climb. So that's why it's so important early on, first thing, once you focus on what job you're going after, get that salary information. What you want to do is look at what you're worth on the marketplace, and that involves a couple steps. Number one, first compile your list of skills, education, experience, and then look at sites, salary sites, or the salary calculator on our site, and look at what the salary surveys say about what you're worth. And you have to do that by occupation and also by geographic areas. Someone's salary in New York is going to be different than someone's salary in Alabama, so you have to take that in consideration also. This is a common problem for a lot of job seekers, that we start off with a low salary, maybe that first job out of college or wherever it is, that first job, and we accept a lower salary. Maybe we don't know better at that time, or we just want that job. And so typically, as you get promoted, salaries increase incrementally, so you're always sort of stuck at that lower level. So when you're looking for a new job, you need to separate that past history from the current. Now, employers are going to want to tie that together and say, well, you were only making X amount last time. Why do you think you deserve this much higher amount now? And that's when you need to use your research and say, based on my background, my education, my skills, my certifications, whatever you have, and the marketplace in this geographic area, this is what the going rate is. And then you give them a little compliment and you say, and I know I've researched the employer, I've researched you, and I know you pay market value. So you're sort of painting them in a corner a little bit, but not in a nice way. What you don't want to do is sort of say, well, I need a higher salary because I have mortgage payments, or worse, I have alimony or something like that. No personal stuff. It has to be, I am worth it. You have to make this investment in me. So it's a little bit of selling, but you can do it. Some job seekers do negotiate salary by doing a counter offer, but not enough do. But you should just be careful, because some employers don't accept salary negotiation. They give you a salary and say, that's it. So once you get a job offer, first pat yourself on the back, that's great. Don't accept it right away either. You want to think about it. But the next step is researching the company and saying, some companies will negotiate everything but salary. Some companies will negotiate everything. So you have to understand that. I think it's extremely important to get the offer in writing so that both you and the employer know exactly what the offer is. Sometimes hiring managers don't even know what the benefits the companies offer. So they'll say, oh, you'll get the standard benefits package, but if they don't know what it is and you don't know what it is, so it's always good just to clarify. So everybody says, yes, here's the starting date, here's the salary, here are the perks that go with it, the other benefits that go with it. And some employers, and I call them kind of sketchy employers, that will say, why do you want it in writing? Like they're accusing the job seeker. And if you have an employer that does that, my best advice is maybe walk away, because if they're not willing to put it in writing and you start working there and you get your first paycheck and it's a lot different, what are you going to do? You're going to start job hunting all over again? So get it in writing. That way you're satisfied and the employer's satisfied, and there are no controversies when you start the job.